Mark from Top Local. We're here with Bernie Pawlik, Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver, Vancouver's best auto service experience. How you doing, Bernie?
I'm doing very well, Mark.
So we're going to talk about a GMC Sierra Duramax diesel that you did a fuel filter replacement on. What's the story with this vehicle?
Well, this vehicle was brought to us for a maintenance service, and excuse me, there's a bit of feedback here. The vehicle was brought to us for a maintenance service. We did a full check over an oil service and just general maintenance. It was also due for a fuel filter. And the reason I'm talking about it today, fuel filter seems like a pretty basic service, but there were some interesting things we found on the fuel filter.
So what was interesting about this fuel filter replacement?
Well, fuel filters are something especially important on a diesel. A lot of gasoline cars no longer have a replaceable fuel filter. It's built into the gas tank. But on a diesel, it's still a replacement item. It's very critical. If you get any water in the diesel injectors or any dirt, they're done for. So it's critical to keep a very clean fuel supply and water-free. All fuel filters have a water separator built into them. Quite frequently we do these services, we take the filter out, we drain the water separator, there's no water, the filter's clean, and you sort of think, well, geez, that could have lasted a lot longer. But there's a reason why we change filters when we do, and I'll just show a couple of photos. In this vehicle, we found some pretty ugly stuff in the fuel filter. And I don't know not certain of the age of it, but it was probably within its regular service interval. So let's share some photos. So this, if you see that okay, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is what this is the bottom of the fuel filter. There's a sensor in the bottom for a water and fuel sensor. This is what we poured out of the bottom of the fuel filter. You can see that reddish, rusty colored water. That's basically what came out of the bottom of this fuel filter. I mean, the fuel filter is doing its job. It's perfect, but it's certainly absolutely the time to get rid of it. This is also this is the water separator that is sitting at the bottom. So as you can see, there's a lot of guck that's been just floating around in the bottom of this this filter for quite a long time. So very worth. Am I back, Mark? Or we?
Yep, you're back.
Okay, good. Yeah, so that's basically the reason you want to change your fuel filter on a diesel. I mean, these kind of things get into the fuel system. Hard to know whether there's a rust in the fuel tank, or whether the owner went in and filled up the fuel at some point with some contamination. But this is why you want to change your fuel filter on a regular basis.
So how often do you change fuel filters on these trucks?
Well, I don't have the interval off the top of my head. We have maintenance schedules we look at. But one thing about these 2009 era GMCs, they have a maintenance reminder that comes on the dash. It'll tell you, when your oil's due for service. It'll tell you when your fuel filter's due for replacement. I can't remember what the time frame is. Probably 30 to 40,000 kilometers. But I would recommend don't go any longer than 30,000 kilometers. Change it every at least a couple years if you don't drive a lot, because you never know what's in there and what kind of damage will happen. Fuel filter replacement is cheap. Fuel injectors are not. So you really want to make sure you don't ever let that material build up to a point where it could actually escape the filter and cause damage.
And how are these trucks overall?
Awesome. For sort of big three American trucks, definitely GMC / Chevrolets are definitely my favorites. I think that they combine like a really well-built engine, very reliable. Not a lot goes wrong with them. It's got the good engine, plus it's got the body and the whole chassis of the vehicle is very good. The Dodges, the engines are fabulous with it. Front ends require repairs and replacement. Ball joints and tie rod ends don't last long. The Chevy's very durable. I think the best value for sure, and less engine problems with Fords. The 6.7 liter Fords don't seem to have any problems as of yet, but the earlier generation Fords were definitely issues, as we've talked about. So if you're looking for a diesel American truck, I just go straight to a GMC or Chevy right away.
So there you go. The expert opinion of Bernie Pawlik of Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver. They're Vancouver's best auto service experience, 16-time winners of best auto repair and service in Vancouver as voted by their customers. You can reach them at 604-327-7112. They're very busy, so you have to book ahead, or check out their website. Tons of videos on there, years worth now, pawlikautomotive.com. Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks, Mark.